Hi, I'm Alex Ogoric, the owner of Pixel Diamond Games, the studio behind Tombstone Taxi. And I just wanted to make a quick video here to say thank you from the bottom of my heart so much, literally, for playing Tombstone Taxi the last couple of weeks. We've demoed at MAG West in San Jose. We also demoed it at GDEX in Columbus, Ohio. And it was honestly a great time to see a wide range of people, kids playing with other kids, parents with their young ones, groups of friends, random strangers playing together. It was really just so nice to see. And we've gotten a ton of feedback, like a literal stack. I wish I had it with me, but a literal stack of feedback cards that I had to pour through. And I want to make a quick video here to not only say thank you, but also how we plan to iterate on that feedback and what we plan to do with that information. So before I get into that, let me read you a quick summary of what some of the positives and what some of the negatives were. So players enjoyed the chaotic cooperative gameplay with role swapping and strategic teamwork, especially with the satisfaction of driving and upgrading together. And the mix of roguelike elements and varied abilities added depth and replayability. We love that as designers because that's something that we're intentionally doing. So we love the fact that that is coming through with joy and fun. It's great to hear. The confusing or annoying side of things is that players found the controls, especially for driving and aiming, confusing, and the HUD/UI visually cluttered. The objectives and mechanics were a little unclear, particularly for first-time players, and improved navigation, feedback, and tutorials could enhance the clarity and reduce frustration. Totally hear you. That's what we saw all weekend, and honestly, your voice is heard. So with that, I want to show like a brief concept of what we're kind of thinking between too much UI and too confusing controls while still keeping those fun aspects involved. We think that if we open up our vehicle away from a closed-in top-down taxi, if we bring the camera in a bit, make the vehicle a little bit bigger, and then make it open, almost like a platform that you can see your physical character, hop off of the driver's seat, hop onto the gunner seat, hop off the gunner seat, run over to the passenger, heal them up really quick, then run back to the driver's seat, and really make that the core of the experience. We feel like we can remove a lot of the UI elements, make them a lot more diegetic, have your crew member walking around with individual controls, and then that allows our controls to be freed up for other things. So we have one button for on and off seat rather than 4 dedicated buttons or 5 dedicated buttons for that. And we really just are taking your feedback to heart. And we're going to try that as our next iteration of our vehicle and our vehicle controls. It's been about 2 years in development. We still have about another year and a half before we think it's ready for early access, because we're all just kind of working on this for free on our free time in our nights and weekends. And we don't want to charge for a bad game. We want to make it a great game, which is why we're doing these demos and taking this feedback and why I'm showing you kind of what our thoughts are as we're developing this game. But given that our timeline is flexible, we know, like I said, we're probably at least a year away. But if you want, you can wishlist it on Steam and PlayStation if you haven't already done so. You can also request access to the playtest or the demo on Steam. That's free to do so. And you can also stay up to date by joining the Discord and joining the community. And you can do so by finding that link on the website, tombstonetaxi.com. So again, thank you so much for the feedback. We're excited to share our next iteration of the game and all the little minor tweaks and changes and customizations and stuff like that we have planned for our roadmap. Yeah, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, reach out to us directly, or like I said, join the community. Yeah, thanks for playing.